My name is Jane Baine, CEO of Slick and Slender. Here at Slick and Slender, we observe SOPs because COVID is real. So we wash hands, we sanitize, and we try to keep social distance. This is the journey of Slick and Slender, but first allow me to remove this mask since I'm in the room alone so that you can hear me audibly. The journey of Slick and Slender started way back, maybe about 30 years ago, but we actually opened our doors to the very first customer in 1999 on the 25th of January. It's been a long journey, it's been a challenging journey, but it has also been a beautiful journey. In 1999, Slick and Slender opened the doors for the very first client. I started with only one client. It is so funny how you can start small and then have a very serious impact on society. So I was glad to at least start with one client. In about a month's time, I had built the clientele to about 25 people. And I've obviously needed some more staff. So, and the objective here at Slick and Slender is to always recruit students so that we can teach them how to look after customers without them first working elsewhere. And this has really worked well, because these are young people who are still impressionable, and it's so much easier to train them on how to look after our clients. And I'd like to mention here that our customer care here is one of the very best that you can find in Uganda. I'm really, really happy about that. That over the years, which has been now 22 years, our customer care is excellent. I say this confidently, and I'm really, really glad. So apart from the customer care, we teach people about nutrition. Nutrition is very, very, very important. If you do not feed your body well, there is no way your body can serve you properly. I'd like to use a car as an example. Unfortunately, people look after their cars better than they look after their bodies, which is very sad. Over the years, I've been observing a lot of people, you tell them about taking good care of themselves, they really do not pay attention. So at Slick and Slender, we show you exactly how to look after yourself using nutrition, using the foods that are available here in our country. And our country is abundantly endowed with good food, fresh foods, which you can get either from your garden or from the market. So one of our pillars here is nutrition, the tools that we use to educate our clients so that they can live better quality lives. Number two is the importance of exercise. And we have, I think, excelled at this. We teach people how to, how to exercise their bodies, how to keep active, how to make exercise a part of their lives. Because if you do not exercise, certainly your body is going to get rusty, as one of the readers said in a book that I read. So we have taught thousands and thousands of ladies and also gentlemen on how to take care of themselves. And especially now that COVID is here with us, exercise, nutrition are going to be very, very, very important in our defense against COVID. The other thing that I always emphasizing to my clients is stress management. Stress is real, and stress can affect anyone's well-being. So if you do not learn how to manage stress, if you do not learn how to let go of stuff, because life real happens, and to all of us. Children are stressed, adults are stressed, everyone is stressed, even just including on Kampala roads. If you are a driver in Kampala, you know what I'm talking about. People drive recklessly, people do all sorts of crazy things, but you must learn how to control your emotions so that you live a comfortable life. So then the fourth pillar, or the fourth tool that we emphasize is attitude. Attitude is such a huge thing. Okay, you may say that it is a small thing, but it has such a serious impact on how you are going to live your life. If you have a negative attitude, I'd like to quote someone who said that a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere unless you change it. So some people have attitudes that really block them from living a good life. So at Slick and Slender, there are so many write-ups. We put a quote, a different quote on our blackboards every day, so that we try and change people's attitudes. Because if you have a good attitude, it's so much easier for you to look after yourself. And I know that a lot of people have changed, not even, changing people is not so easy. But when you write things for them, you put them out there, they read and organize themselves. I like that part very, very much about Slick and Slender. Everywhere you go, in the bathrooms, in the changing rooms, everywhere you go, there's something to remind you of how you must take good care of yourself. So we have several activities here. We have the toning tables, which I mentioned earlier, which were imported from the United Kingdom, and I actually had to go to United Kingdom to the manufacturers of these toning tables to learn how to instruct my clients, to learn how to even maintain these machines, because here maintenance is usually not a good thing. It's usually something that people don't take very seriously. But for these machines to last a long time, or to last us 22 years, it means that we've been taking good care of them. So I had to go to United Kingdom to train on how to look after clients and also on how to maintain these machines. So the toning tables are very, very popular, and especially with people who sit in their offices for long hours, for people who have just given birth and they want to regain their figures and they want to get back to how they used to be. For people who find it difficult to sleep, these toning tables are like magic. I'm really, really proud of this facility, and I'm so glad that God enabled me to do this work. Slick and Slender opens so early to try and accommodate as many people as possible. We open at 5 a.m. every day, and we close at 9 p.m. A session lasts only 1 hour. So that's why it's really, really popular with many office workers, mothers who are at home, doctors, nurses, teachers. Everyone comes to, a lot of people do come to Slick and Slender. Apart from the toning tables, we also have Seragem beds. Seragem beds are for realigning the spine, but these beds also help people who can't find good sleep at night. It helps with many things, to do with nerves, to do with discs. So the Seragem beds are another big attraction at Sleek and Slender, and especially with people who are older, they find these very, very useful. The achievements at Sleek and Slender are enormous. I can't even start to list all of them. I do encourage people to give me feedback a lot of times. I actually even have a book where people write for me testimonies, and it's amazing. It is amazing. If somebody tells you that they had hormonal imbalance, they were finding it difficult to conceive, and after they've come to you maybe a month or two, then they are able to conceive, that's a serious achievement. People that have had high blood pressure, people who are suffering from diabetes, people who have arthritis, and they come when they can't even climb stairs, and after a couple of weeks they are able to climb stairs, they are able to wash their clothes, they are able to go to the kitchen and cook for themselves. It is amazing. The challenges that Sleek and Slender has found in the past, I always mention power, electricity. This has been a very, very serious challenge. There's a time that I thought we were going to run out of business because of load shedding. But recently we got ourselves a big standby generator, and now we have solved that problem, and we are good to go so that our clients are not inconvenienced. The other challenges, of course, were brought by COVID. Everyone was so scared when COVID first appeared on the Ugandan scene. Somehow, I decided that Sleek and Slender was an essential service, and I remained open. Sometimes I'd get one client, sometimes I'd get two. Slowly by slowly, and after the lifting up of the lockdown, a few clients who were brave enough started coming in, and right now we are almost at the same level as before lockdown. I had my children before I was 30. I was happy to have the children, but then with them came some added weight, which became a serious challenge on my part. Couldn't fit in any of my clothes. My knees started hurting, my back was hurting, and I just didn't have energy. So that's what actually inspired me to look for a solution. And to be honest, this is the very reason why I founded Sleek and Slender, and this is what inspires me on a single day to get out of bed early and come and serve and see that people can live better quality lives. Young people out there who would like to start businesses, it doesn't have to be in the line of preventive medicine like me, but I'd like to encourage young people to be passionate about what they want to do. Because if you have no passion, it's going to be very, very difficult for you. I've already educated my kids. I already have a home. I already have a car. It would be so difficult for me to get out of bed if I was not passionate about the work that I do. Including this morning when it rained so heavily, I would not have been able to get out of bed. So if you are a young person, you are looking for what to do, look for something that you are going to be really passionate about, something that you could actually do without being paid. I always would like to talk about reading and the reading culture, which is almost absent in our society. I don't know whether I would be able to serve as efficiently as I do at Slick and Slender if I did not read a lot. Because here I interact with people from all sorts or all walks of life. I interact with judges, I interact with doctors, I interact with teachers, I interact with professors. So if I did not read broadly, if I did not have a lot of knowledge, I don't think I would be able to serve as well as I do. So I'd like to encourage people out there, and especially young people, get into the habit of reading, not only in the area of your interest, but you must learn how to read broadly. I've had to read all sorts of things. I had to go back to school to do psychology so that I can be able to understand problems of my clients, also to understand myself better. So reading should be a priority for everyone out there. Read as much as you can and as broadly as you can. Recently, I was reading through Dr. Kasenene's book, which, by the way, I recommend for all Ugandans and even people beyond to get hold of and read. Dr. Kasenene said in his book that you must eat or drink things that your grandmother can recognize. So if you think that that having money means that you must eat sausages every single day, if you think that drinking packaged juices is the in thing, you might be wrong, and you might be creating all sorts of diseases and problems for yourself. Stick to the natural foods that we have available here so that you can be safe, so that you can avoid lifestyle diseases. Looking after clients is a big challenge. It's not so easy. As you know that human beings don't like change. Even God has been trying to change us, but we find it's not easy. So the clients that do not feel that they have achieved their objectives, I always encourage them to keep at it, because looking after oneself is not a 1 day or 1 week or 1 month thing. It's work in progress. Even me, myself, I'm still work in progress. I do exercise every day. I try to manage my stress every day. I try to work on my attitude every day. So I encourage clients to keep at it, to keep going, to keep trying, because not continuing to try is not an option. That is not going to give you any result. So a lot of the people listen and they keep at it, and those are very happy. Of course, there are some people who feel, oh, if I can't lose the weight in 3 weeks, let me go away. But fortunately, they always come back. And then we start from the beginning. We have a slogan at Slick and Slender that says, be your own doctor. I love this slogan because a lot of times we think that it is the doctors to fix us when we are in trouble. But there are so many little things that we can do to take good care of ourselves, to avoid visiting doctors. So be your own doctor simply means that take care. And I've already mentioned the 4 pillars that you can use to be your own doctor. Proper nutrition, stress management, exercising, your attitude, all these will help you to be your own doctor. And in any case, I want to quickly mention that COVID is now here and the doctors are more than overwhelmed. by the effects of COVID and other lifestyle diseases. So the earlier you start looking after yourself and taking good care of yourself, the better. The name Sleek and Slender, I think just sounds so good on the tongue. I had a list of several names. When my daughters were studying in Namagunga, we sat down and zeroed in on Sleek and Slender. Sleek is something nice, nice. Slender is, you know what being slender is. So we zeroed in on Sleek and Slender because it sounds good and it depicts something nice. That's why we chose Sleek and Slender. I'd like to thank the government of Uganda that before this era, a lot of women had no voice. A lot of women were left in the background. I like it now that women are out there, not as many as we would wish to see, but a lot of women can now stand up and talk. I used to be a shy person myself, but a lot of things have happened in my life. I've looked up to some ladies that have made it out there, and I've been riding on their shoulders, and I'm now in a much better place. I can address conferences, I can go out and talk to clients. I'm no longer a shy person that I used to be. So I think the government has done a lot to bring women up to a certain level. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank Mr. Baine, who has given me all the support that I needed to, first of all, start Sleek and Slender. I'd like to thank my grown-up children. I'd like to thank my grandsons that keep me active. I'd like to thank Enterprise Uganda for all the training that they do for me and my staff. I'd like to thank all my clients that make Sleek and Slender what it is today, because without clients there would be no Sleek and Slender. So thank you so much, my clients. I really, really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I'd like to thank the management of UBC for hosting this show and for always looking me up for programs like this. Sleek and Slender is located on Plot 1, Katonga Road, but accessed from Sezibwa Road, directly opposite the Embassy of South Sudan here in Nakasero. We open at 5 a.m., close at 9 p.m. You are most welcome. If you looking for solutions about weight loss, stress management, if you feel that you need an exercise, if your doctor has been asking you to exercise and you have not yet made a decision, you are most welcome to Sleek and Slender. We are ready to serve you. My mobile number is 077 22 00 340. My email address is jenbaine, one word, 61@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to the Sleek and Slender journey. You are always welcome. We are ready to serve you. Thank you very, very much, and God bless you.